Hi everyone, I'm Hannes Wessels, an educational psychologist based in Parkhurst and in Centurion. So this week I've been starting a course or a series of little short Facebook Live videos talking about goal setting and basically how to increase your self-belief, your self-efficacy in that sense, to achieve those goals. So on Tuesday, I reflected on the 5 criteria or the 5 sources of your self-efficacy and your beliefs in your ability to accomplish your goals. So whether you're a matric student, having a certain goal that you have for your final examination, or you're currently in your career and you want to achieve something. So the first criteria that I mentioned was mastery of experience, and I want to elaborate on that today. So another way to frame that is guided mastery. So what's a very important aspect in your belief to achieve your goals is the fact that you have to master that experience. Normally a goal is something that's out of our comfort zone, or it is something that we strive towards. And during that time, it's very important to remember that as you work towards that bigger goal for yourself, that it is going to start becoming more difficult. I believe if something really means something to you, it's easier to achieve the goal, but a lot of us forget that as we get closer to that goal, things are going to become more difficult. And so it's important to realize that, and from the beginning, realize that as it becomes more difficult, there are going to be times that you have to persist and just really stick to it. Then the second step would be to break that big goal into smaller steps. So normally we get 2 types of goals. We get distal goals and proximal goals. So the distal goal is normally that hope, that dream, that really big aspiration that you want to achieve. So whether that is to pass well in your matric exams or get entry into that course, that would be your distal goal. However, what happens is a lot of times the proximal goals hamper that progress. So it's very important for you to take that big goal, that proximal, after the distal goal that you have, and break it down into smaller steps, and realize that the steps closer to the goal is going to become more difficult. So part of that process then is to, as it becomes more difficult, to realize that failure is probably going to happen at one of those steps. And it is important then to embrace failure and not to let it demoralize you. So working towards your goal, there are going to be obstacles, and you are going to take 2 steps back at one stage. We are human. So don't be too tough on yourself. But that's where it becomes very important not to be demoralized by that failure or that step back, but actually seeing it as a learning opportunity. And by making a learning opportunity, it actually informs you to practicing to get closer to achieving that goal. And when something comes up on your journey towards that goal that actually hampers you again, that learning from the previous setback can actually make you break through in that. So today we talked about how to master your experience and being that, and by learning from failure and learning from setbacks, it actually increases your belief in your ability to achieve goals. And make sure that that distal goal is something that really is meaningful to you, and then break it up into smaller steps. Realize that it is going to become more difficult, and as it becomes more difficult, there are going to be setbacks, and don't let that setbacks demoralize you. Thank you for the opportunity, and please feel free to comment and ask any questions if you might have. Thank you.